just want to rant because you activists don't really know what you're doing, because you'll say something or you'll use an example and think your solution is what everybody needs to be doing, because in your mind, you're always right and you can't fathom possibly ever being wrong in any capacity. And this whole abolish the police, abolish prisons concept has always made me laugh, because it's a bunch of people coming up with an idea thinking that it's universal. It'll never be universal, because while you're sitting there saying we don't need prisons, we're not solving anything, we're not doing anything, other people will say lock these people up, lock them up for a long time, and make sure you have Big Tyrone to make sure the soap is oh so slippery. You have a guy who wants everybody to know that he doesn't have time to be dealing with prisons. He doesn't want prisons, he doesn't want jails, he doesn't find those things at all a solution to the problem, because he wants to be someone who wants no prison time, and he also wants people to clean up homes as punishment. Woke Austin, Texas granted a key to the city to a radical defund the police protester who doesn't think anyone should be placed in jail, even murderers. Despite the city setting a record for homicides in 2021 after dramatically cutting its police budget and 911 response times climbing to hours even for serious crimes, Chase Moore, head of Austin Justice Coalition, believes police and prisons should be abolished. I believe that we can get to a world where we don't have police and where we don't have prisons. Someone breaks into my home, I call the police, and then what? Even if they find the person, now the person goes to jail. We didn't really fix anything. We punish this person in a way that's not really helpful. I would argue it actually is helpful. Why? Because somebody who broke the law and broke into your home gets caught by the police. They go to jail. You potentially save other people from the same fate. If this person is a violent person who would see somebody in the home and beat them or shoot them, they are no longer going to have to worry about that because that person is in jail. You actually did solve the problem for everybody who could be a victim, except for the one dumbass who's parading around breaking into people's homes. Let's work out a deal to where I could still hold you accountable. I would actually say, instead of sending her to jail, let's say she pays me back by cleaning my house for the next 6 weeks. So if you're somebody who has your house broken into and you call the police, and they have that man or woman, because females rob people too, in handcuffs, and they're outside, and they say, what do you want to do with this person? Do you want to put a warrant on them? Do you want to have them arrested? You say, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you write up a permission slip and have them come into my house, the same house they broke into to steal things, and clean it for about a month. That's going to teach them a lesson. That's going to teach them to never, ever steal or rob again. It's going to better the community, letting people come back into the same place they tried to rob. Nothing could possibly go wrong because we're saving society. We're making sure everybody's safe, clear, and no one's ever going to be hurt by this again, because this idea is foolproof. Nothing could possibly go wrong, except they come back into the house, they beat you up, they shoot you, they take things from you, and then they leave. Oops. If someone went into my grandma's house with a fucking shotgun and blew her brains out, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna go through the whole fucking array of human emotions. But at some point, if I'm able to really sit with that, there's no level or retribution that's going to make me feel any type of way. What do I actually gain by having this person held accountable in a system like jail or prison? You know, that's a great question to ask. What do I actually gain by having this person held accountable? You have them face the consequences of their actions. You have them serve time for the punishment that they actually committed. You have them no longer being able, if they were to get a life sentence, be able to harm other people outside of your own bubble. Again, you're benefiting and saving the community by having one less person out on the streets harming people. And I know somebody might say, well, there are instances of people who go to jail and they learn nothing and they go out and commit the same crimes. That's true. And I don't really have a counter to that other than putting them in jail for life. Because a lot of people will say, reform will do this, reform will do that. A lot of people have the ability to lie. So it really comes down to the person. If the person is not willing to actually sit back and change, then we're all fucked at this certain point. But I wonder if I had like a certain example to prove that really having people with a long rap sheet isn't really gonna work. It really isn't gonna stand the test of time of letting people know, hey, my idea of abolishing police and prisons is actually something gonna work. Well, somebody with a rap sheet fatally stabbed someone, and this person has a checkered past.
To see a concert stabbed to death at a D.C. hotel, and we just learned the suspect, an unhoused man, will be held without bond on first-degree murder charges. Bruce LeShan is live outside D.C. Superior Court with the new details. So, Bruce, what have we learned?
Leslie, there is just massive evidence in this case that sounds like a real-life horror film. Police say that they all but caught the suspect, a bloody, unhoused man, George Sidnor Jr., red-handed after he stabbed Christy Bautista 30 times in the chest, in the back, and in the head. Devastated family members say Christy Bautista, 31 years old, was just in town for a concert. Surveillance video shows she checked into the Ivy City Motel just before 6 p.m. on Friday. About an hour later, police say Sidnor rode a red bicycle into the parking lot and then pushed into her room. On the video, sounds of a struggle, several thuds, and a woman yelling, "Help! Help!" A man out for a smoke called 911 after seeing a woman open the front door of room 116, visibly in distress, yelling for help. Police arrive within 10 minutes, bang on the door. A man says everything is fine, but they see blood on his hands through half-open blinds. Police get a master key and find Bautista lying on the ground, covered in blood from multiple apparent stab wounds. Sidnor in the room trying to light a cigarette. Police find a Santoku-style knife, half the blade broken off, the other half inside Sidnor's black jacket. Police say there was blood on his shoes, his pants, his blue fleece vest, and that he admitted he'd got his hand chopped with a knife. The medical examiner says Bautista had been stabbed dozens of times in the spine, the lungs, and the liver, her ribs broken by the force, and she may never have had a chance to defend herself. There were no defensive wounds. Now, police say that they also found black strands of what appeared to be Bautista's hair in Sidnor's hands. Bautista's family tonight asking for privacy, asking not to be disturbed as they deal with this devastating loss. Leslie?
So when I hear people go the route of saying these things don't work, when I'm seeing people get less bond on criminal activity that we all should agree should be locked up for a long time, when I'm seeing people get out for these situations, it just lets me know that everything's screwed up. From the prison system to the justice system to the random people's ideas about what to do and how to abolish them. These ideas don't work because there's so many people fighting to be right. Nobody wants to come to the table and listen to actually come to something that could actually be beneficial and could work. I think this idea is absolutely stupid. I would never let somebody who broke into my house back in so that they can clean up what they broke. It's not really going to change anybody's minds. You have these people, these human criminals, who don't care about you, who don't value you. They value all your stuff. And as I've said many times, I don't know how many times I have to bring this up. It don't matter if it's my condoms. It don't matter if it's Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce. I'ma defend my shit to the death because I value all my items more than any of your lives because that's just me as a person. And you can say whatever you want about me. I know damn well if somebody robbed me, they not cleaning my house, they gonna be dead. Subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.